All right, okay, so going back to item D1 on this thing, the city annual city of San Jose budget, review and discuss the key dates in the budget.
I think the update on this is, well, like I said, Councilmember Woodfield is going to come this evening to do an update from the council perspective as to what actions council's been taking. I think the I'm part of the team that's developing the community budget meeting schedule. So let me talk a little bit about that because that might be of interest to you. There are preliminary dates that are set up right now, as you're all aware. The mayor and council, each of the council districts has a meeting in their districts to talk about the budget process. And the schedule, at least the way it's set up now, and a lot of these don't have any locations, but you might want to jot down the schedule for your particular district. For District 7, it's Monday, May 2nd. For let's see, District 5 is Saturday, May 7th. No location yet. They're just hold the dates so that you're aware that they're going to be occurring.
Hold on. Are there evenings or?
There's no time to establish for any of these. These are just the dates. Locations and times will be coming up. And usually that's posted on the mayor and the webpage, as well as we'll be sending out information on it then. So, let's see. So Wednesday, May 11th is District 9. Thursday, May 12th is District 4. Monday, May 16th is District 1. Wednesday, May 18th is District 10. Thursday, May 19th is District 2. Monday, May 23rd is downtown District 3. Tuesday, May 24th is District 8. And Thursday, May 26th is District 6. These are all arranged with the council offices, so the majority of these do not have locations yet. But I just wanted to give you a heads up so that one of the things we're going to be running into is the scheduling for the neighborhood caucuses at the same time for the 5 even council districts. So now that I have this listing, next week I'm going to start arranging with the different places that some of you have been generous enough to send us either library locations or other locations. I'll start to set up dates so that we don't conflict with these dates. This is usually one of the conflicts where people feel like they have too many meetings to go to, and this way, now that I have a better sense of when the community budget meetings are going to be occurring, then I have a better scheduling sense for the caucuses themselves, even though they'll only impact 5 of the districts. So usually what happens at these meetings is the public is invited to attend. They run probably about an hour and a half or so. And as commissioners, you're all members of the community. Certainly the presentations will give you an overview of what the budget process from both the mayor's perspective and the city manager's perspective, because the city manager will be laying out the priorities for the budget to date. So these are really key informative meetings that, as members of neighborhood associations, you should let people know that they're available for your residents to attend. And since I staffed and helped put together last year's meetings, each of the council districts has a certain difference in attendance. For instance, for District 5 last year, I think there were 75 to 80, close to 100 people that attended that particular meeting that the council member had in District 5. So the attendance will vary from council district to council district. District 2, for instance, had probably about 25 people show up. But usually there's anywhere from a dozen to quite a few people that show up, depending upon what the interest is. And
And you can
usually you
use another
have,
district too if you want to, right?
I'm sorry, what?
You don't have to go to
Yeah.
your own district meeting, you can go to any one you want.
No, and actually, we have a couple of council members that go to the various other meetings to listen to what the public has to say. And the interest is that as neighbors commissioners, if you were interested in attending more than one meeting, is that each of the council districts does have a different flavor in what the priorities are for their districts. So, for instance, just to give you an example, in District 5, if I remember correctly, aside from, there was immigration, that was a big issue there, but also education. And so in District 1, which is the west side of San Jose, which was the last one that occurred last year, the issue for them was DOT issues, traffic calming, parking spaces. It was huge because of the amount of residential apartments that are being built and the pressure for parking spaces. That was a big item for them. If you go down south, say to District 2, there was more concern around senior services, and so each one has a different flavor. As members of the commission, it might be of interest to you to go to another one outside of your district just to kind of get a sense of what the public is talking about, because although we have members of the public here this evening, one of the things that is always a challenge for any advisory commission is to get out into the community and listen to what folks have to say, and this is certainly an opportunity. I think the caucuses will be something you're involved with on a personal level, but the budget meetings are a good place to go ahead and get the pulse of what the community is thinking about.
I just want to say District 2 did not have a caucus last year. The last caucus we had in District 2 was when I came to this.
Right. You'll be having this
So
year.
I think you will find there will be a lot more interest this time. I just wanted to clarify that. Yeah, there was about 25 people. I don't believe that will ever happen again.
And Ernest, we went to help you too.
Right.
I went to 7 and.
Well, no, and this is the budget meeting I'm talking about.
Yes,
Last
yeah, I
year.
thought you were
Right,
probably,
right.
because our budget meeting, we had the biggest, according to the mayor, one of the largest crowds, so I understand.
Yeah.
I am not complaining, I just wanted to clarify. No way am I gonna complain.
No, it's always good when you get more than 10 people. So anyway, that's the update,
And
and
so
then
the mayor's-
as soon as we get the locations for each of these, we'll post them and send them out to you as an attachment, so you're aware of where the meeting's actually gonna be occurring and what the times will be. And the times usually run from 6 to 6:30 to 7 or 8 in the evening. So just be aware, but I wanted to make sure you got the dates down. So realizing you're all busy people, you can calendar them in if you plan on attending that meeting.
Okay, and the mayor's budget is out and online, so we can review it.
Right.
And when is the city manager's budget?
That'll be coming out, I think, at the beginning of actually May. I think
Okay.
so. Yeah, you know what, I'll have to double check. I don't have the schedule in front of me, but I'll send you a link as soon as, there is a timeline that, let me see if we can locate that and then send it off to you then.
Okay, yes, Juan.
Oh, so I had a question for Ernest and then a comment. Will the mayor attend all of these budget meetings this year? I know that in years past.
For the budget meetings, there's always a mayor's presentation. In other words, the mayor actually does a presentation.
Okay.
And then there's usually a city manager, either the city manager or one of the deputies does the overall presentation of the budget then.
Yeah, thank you. And then just related to the budget, I know at the last meeting, most recent meeting, District 5 commissioners had input on the budget. Just wanted to give an update, and that is that about 60 plus community members emailed the office of District 5 council member Magdalena Carrasco and the office of Mayor Sam Liccardo to show support for the recommendations from the two District 5 commissioners. And so just wanted to let you know that community is starting to provide that input and provide support for commission recommendations or the recommendations of their commissioners.
good.
All right.
I'm glad.
Ernest, I just have one question for clarification, sometimes it's so slow. So, I know that the day after our last meeting, I contacted Jeanette and contacted the city about the availability of using Southside. But are you saying that you're going to try to tie in the caucuses on the same day?
No.
We will,
No,
okay, I just want to
it's-
clarify, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's to avoid a conflict.
Okay,
Yeah, but I wanted to get a sense of when the dates were so that we didn't try to put double book.
right, okay, thank you.
Any other questions? They just, why are you out the back there?
I called in for an excused absence tonight.
Oh,
Best seat in the house.
So you don't want to participate for the next step? Oh, well.
He's a commissioner, he can talk from back there.
Or he can play hooky back there.